This week I try to get organised, make a washboard and start on a template. So like I said last week, I'm going to try and get a bit organised. Now I'm stealing an idea from Saillife, which is a well-known YouTube channel, where he's used a bulkhead to have a post-it note job board. Now I'm not sure whether this will work for myself or not, but there's only one way to find out. So time to separate the board into jobs to do and jobs I'm doing. So now it's just a job of writing out all of my jobs currently. There's bound to be more to add to it, but for now I've got the forestay backing. So that is creating a stainless steel plate to put the forestay bolted through. So I've got the chain locker, but that is going on hold until I've actually done the forestay backing. I've got all the through holes that I won't be using to be plugged. V-berth porthole. The V-berth porthole I actually want to block up. I don't like the design of it, but I'm thinking of blocking those up, fiberglassing them up and actually putting two separate windows and actually having a window on the other side of the V-berth. The cockpit drain through holes, so I do need new ones of those. They're currently working, but they do leak and you can't actually close them. They're obviously way gone. Probably won't be usable for anything. Depth through hole, that's just to remind me which one I'm talking about. So the depth through hole is in a V-berth and I'm going to plug that up and actually smooth that down. So the aft head bulkhead and also the forward head bulkhead. The aft head bulkhead is this one I'm actually using, and the forward head bulkhead is one on the other side of the head. Both of those I'm going to look at and actually repair those. Whether or not I replace them yet, I don't know. When I do the chain locker, I've also got to replace the chain locker hatch. V-berth bulkhead, so there was a bulkhead further back from the chain locker, so that will need to be replaced. The other thing I noticed as well today is definitely stanchion plates. I might actually replace those with stainless steel. I've got the cockpit floor. So the cockpit floor has been cut out where I think they took the engine out. Obviously I've got water coming in through there into the engine bay, so I do want to fiberglass and seal that hole. The other job that I'm actually currently doing is the washboard. So that I'll be going home in a second, and I'm going to start building that. The companionway hatch. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to put that here because I'm not doing that yet. I'm going to do the washboard first because I've still got a hatch on there, but the companionway hatch will be something I do probably sooner rather than later. Forward hatch, so the glass hatch above the V-berth, I redone that. That does need to be redone on the outside, so even though the hatch is alright, where the hatch goes through the hole isn't the greatest. So that's some of the jobs right now, but I've gonna be adding there's obviously a lot more than that, but I don't want to overload the wall with everything I've got to do to the boat. For now, I'm just gonna have the sort of more urgent jobs that I can do in the current weather. So I've got a lot more to do on the deck, but to be honest, right now the weather is so bad and so unreliable, I can't really do much on the deck yet. Let's see how this organisation idea goes and whether it does actually work. So it's cold, wet and rainy as usual this week. So it wasn't very nice down the boat when I did my to-do list, but I've come back to the shed, got the fire going, and I'm going to make a start on this washboard. So I measured it up and it's about 5 mil, half a centimetre too long, and hits the top hatch. So for now I'm just going to trim and square up the edges a bit better as well. Then I've got this, it's a bit rough as you can see, so I'm just going to cut out the middle a little bit smaller than this and then use a router to trim around the edge so that it slots in. Now, I have got a small table saw, so whatever you do, don't do this at home. So now I've got all this trimmed up, I've now just got to figure out where central I'm going to put this. So the outer line is the perspex, how that far that will go up to. Middle line is where I'm going to cut. This centimetre here will be routed out using a router. On the first try, it didn't fit. I needed to re-measure and trim a bit more. After trimming and getting everything to fit at the workshop, I took it down to the boat to ensure it now fit with the hatch shut. Once fitted, it showed how much gorgeous light it let in. Now I knew it fit, it was time to coat it. To start, I sanded with 100 grit sandpaper. It was sadly the best sandpaper I had for the job. I set up the pumps and primed them. Then used some tack cloths I had left over to clean the surface. I had a clever idea to make a stand and epoxy both sides at once. It didn't work, and next time I will take my time and epoxy bit by bit. Whilst tacky, I put on a second coat. The finished result. Next was to remove the amine blush, I think it's called, with warm water and a scotch pad I had. A bit of sanding again to try and smooth out my mistakes, and then an undercoat with Pre-Kote. Whilst the undercoat was drying, I took the spare time to go to the boat and make a template. This was to be used to make a stainless replacement for the wooden forestay backing. Now back to the washboard. I forgot to film the first gloss coat I did, but I did film doing the other side. Again, this took a long time to cure. I had made a few mistakes for sure. The finish was not smooth, and I put that down to using paintbrushes and not tipping. Next time I will use a foam roller for the epoxy and also for the undercoat. And the other thing I realised was I did not expect the undercoat and the top coat to take as long as it would to cure. This week I've not even managed to finish the washboard completely. Today, on the day of uploading, I've not even fitted the perspex, but it's nearly dry to do that. So next week I will finish the washboard and also make a start on the cockpit floor. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe.